Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking winter serums. Now, this video is a spiritual sister video to last year's creamy, dreamy serums video where I talk all about really creamy, moisturizing, nourishing serums that are great for cold weather. And today I am expanding upon that. We're not just talking about creamy textures today, but we're really talking about serums that bring comfort and moisture into the skin, plus some other benefits as well. And this covers all different skin types, a little bit of something for everyone. So if you're ready to dive into some wintertime serums, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. First up is the I'm From Mushroom Serum, and this is going to be my pick for those who have an oily leaning skin type and those who are just looking for an extra kiss of moisture in their serum. So the key ingredient here is mushroom extract, and mushroom in skincare is really interesting because the particular mushroom that they're using in this serum is well known as a great polysaccharide that really helps to bring hydration into the skin, and in fact it is known to hold more hydration than hyaluronic acid does. The ingredients list beyond mushroom really does feature an interesting mix of humectant, hydrating ingredients, and emollient, moisturizing ingredients. So we have glycerin and panthenol. Those bring a lot of hydration into the skin. We do have niacinamide, which isn't everything, right? But niacinamide is present along with meadowfoam seed oil. We also have macadamia seed oil, squalane, ceramide, and pea shea butter, which is a very moisturizing ingredient. And then it also does feature collagen. Now let's talk about collagen because oftentimes collagen is touted as a great well-aging ingredient. And while collagen is the name of the game when it comes to treating fine lines and wrinkles, the actual ingredient collagen that you put on top of your skin ain't it. It just doesn't get down into where it needs to go. When we talk about collagen and well-aging, we really need to stimulate our body's own production of collagen. That's really what we need, our body's own collagen to get in there and help plump out the skin. But that doesn't make it a completely useless ingredient in topical skincare. It's actually a very moisturizing, a skin conditioning, skin softening type of ingredient. It can also bring some water content, some hydration into the skin. So don't write the ingredient off. Just don't fall for the marketing that it's all about well aging. It's not, but it's a very good wintertime ingredient for moisturizing the skin. So the texture here is really interesting because it's a little bit more of a gel-like texture, like a cream gel type of texture for a serum, and it actually feels quite hydrating on the skin. There's like maybe a kiss of plumpness to it, but it feels really nice and refreshing and light. And then as it's absorbing, you're gonna feel a really beautiful but light kiss of moisture. It's a little bit silky. It leaves your skin feeling nice and conditioned, but it's not a heavy serum. It really does maintain that gel feel on the skin. It just kind of absorbs and dries with just that kiss of moisture. It's not greasy. It's not like shiny or slippery at the surface. It just really absorbs very beautifully into the skin. And as I mentioned, this is really my recommendation for those who are looking for just a little bit of moisture. So maybe you do have an oily skin type, you don't like a lot of heavy layers in your routine, or your skin can get easily overwhelmed when you do layer in moisture. I think this would be a good one to look at because when we look in the ingredients list, there's that balance between like the water content and the oil content. And in the texture, you can see how light this really is. Next is the Jung Omega Vegan Vita Serum. This is my recommendation for those who have an oily leaning skin type or who have combination skin. Now the ingredients list here is really interesting because we have quite a bit going on, but I think the biggest focus of this product is really the brightening aspect. Beyond the barrier support, there's actually quite a bit of vitamin C in here. We have sea buckthorn extract, which is sometimes known in Korean beauty as vitamin tree extract. And the reason it got the nickname vitamin tree is because sea buckthorn has a high natural content of vitamin C, vitamin tree. And so it does actually have a lot of those same properties that we know of brightening the skin, being a potent antioxidant, but sea buckthorn's a little bit gentler on the skin. We do have some ascorbic acid content in here. That's pure vitamin C. But then we also have a vitamin C derivative, which is 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. But then we also do have a nourishing element here. There's quite a few different plant-based oils here that are really going to help nourish and comfort dry skin. We have olive oil, evening primrose, camellia, perilla, avocado, and sunflower seed oil. And then we do have some ingredients that help with the barrier, like ceramide NP. We also have a few different forms of hyaluronic acid for that hydrating, plumping effect. Now, this product's interesting because it is self-proclaimed as a serum, but it does come packaged kind of like an essence, right? This is a very big bottle. This is a 150 milliliter bottle. It looks just like an essence. There's an essence in this line with Jung Sung, and it's the exact same bottle. So it's like, wait a second, am I just like getting a jumbo value serum? And like, you absolutely are. This to me is like an essence serum hybrid. And what I mean by that is truly with the texture. I mean, ingredients wise, this definitely lives up to a lot of benefits that a serum or a treatment would provide for your skin. So I think it's definitely delivering benefits. But texture wise, I feel that it's very much an essence serum hybrid, because when you first get it out of the bottle, it does look like a cream gel type of texture, kind of like the I'm from mushroom texture. But as you spread this across your skin, you're going to feel a ton of watery hydration like an essence, and you'll see that it's actually spreading. You'll feel this too. It's spreading in a much thinner layer than a lot of serums generally tend to spread on the skin. Look, there's a wide world of textures out there, right? But it's a really interesting mix between the hydrating properties of an essence and the treatment properties of a serum in this really nice light texture that actually brings a good amount of moisture into the skin. So first and foremost, you feel that burst of hydration. It feels really refreshing. And then as it's absorbing into the skin, that initial hydration kind of gets into the skin, and then you're going to feel that skin softening, skin conditioning, slightly rich. It's not oily, although there's a lot of oils in here. They've balanced this out in a way that you just get this slight kiss of richness on the skin, and it makes your skin feel really soft. Amazing absorbency, very, very fast. I think because it is a thinner, watery type of texture, your skin just like really drinks this up. It feels a little bit plumping, but there's this really nice, very, very breathable, very light layer of moisture at the top of your skin that feels so, so good. Amazing morning time product, because like we're always like just trying to get out the door in the morning and get our skincare done with. And so this actually saves time and money. I think it's an amazing product, but it also could be, you know, maybe you do want to use this more on the essence side of things. If you're a little bit drier, but you want to start to build light layers of moisture earlier in your routine, very flexible, very multi-purpose, just a great value all around. Fantastic essence serum hybrid. Next up is the I'm from Rice serum, and this will be my recommendation for those who do have combination skin, and I think also if your skin leans more oily, you'll enjoy this as well. So the main ingredient here is fermented rice extract, and rice is so good for so many reasons. It's really one of those ingredients that offers a lot of nutrition, is what I say, to the skin, lots of vitamins and minerals that really support the health, the overall health of the skin. It's also a potent antioxidant, so it's skin protective. And rice has been used for centuries for its beautiful brightening properties for the skin. It really brings out a very healthy, even glow to the skin. And rice is naturally a really great extract that offers light moisture. It's incredibly skin conditioning, and really what that means when you condition the skin, it's when you soften it at the surface, when you can't stop touching your face because it's so soft and smooth. That's what skin conditioning is, and rice is one of those ingredients, while not being an oil, actually can really help to condition the skin and make it feel really silky and soft and give it just that kiss, you know, of moisture. We're building up in moisture and in texture with these products. But again, we're right in the middle there where it's not going to be a very overwhelming type of moisture. Now, the ingredients list is kind of interesting because there's actually a lot of silicone-based ingredients in this serum, and that's not a bad thing. I know that there is a thought out there that like all silicones are bad, evil, don't use them, they're terrible for your skin. There's actually so many silicones out there that just classifying the entire grouping of ingredients as bad really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They all actually offer different properties to formulas. They do different things to the skin, and they feel different depending on what silicone you're using. It's a huge class of ingredients. So I don't really subscribe to that thought that like just all silicones are bad, but there's quite a few silicone based ingredients in here. But really what they're doing is they're creating a texture that dries, like absorbs and dries on the skin incredibly fast, because the silicones that they're using help with the evaporation, and that actually allows for a serum that moisturizes and plumps the skin but doesn't feel wet and sticky. You don't have to wait a really long time for this to dry on your skin. It's a really interesting texture. So it's kind of like a cream gel texture, and you'll notice it does have a little bit more body and thickness to it than the first two products that we talked about. We are building up a little bit in thickness here, but the silicones really do their job, because as you spread this onto your skin, it feels really good. It feels like hydrating. It feels moisturizing and silky too. It's a really beautiful, elegant type of gel. It absorbs into the skin really quickly, and it doesn't feel wet. You know what I mean? As it's absorbing, because as it's getting into the skin, the film at the top is absorbing out as well. And so it just gets into your skin really quickly, and it creates this really nice layer that feels silky and skin conditioning and so smooth at the top, but not sticky, not greasy, not heavy. For offering a good amount of moisture and comfort to the skin, it actually doesn't carry a lot of weight to it. And that's why I'm really emphasizing the silicones, because they're the ones responsible for this really breathable texture, while also offering a little hug to the skin, which I really like. And what I mean by hug is it's just the slightest whisper of occlusivity, just that little bit of just like hugging everything that you put on before into your skin. So if you like to use like a hydrating toner or an essence, this just helps to gently hug that hydration just a little deeper into the skin. It helps your skin to resist dehydration just a little bit more. It's not petrolatum. It's not thick. It's not a barrier. It's not gonna, stop anything else from absorbing into your skin that you put on top of it. It's not like that, but it has that quality that helps to resist the dehydration. And that can be a huge thing in colder weather or just like temperature shifts, where your skin is just a little bit more prone to losing water due to the harsh temperatures or the dry environment inside. And so it can be nice to build something like this that has that little bit of hug it in kind of quality in the middle of your skincare routine to really help your moisturizer later on finally just seal everything in and really hug everything in. Next up is the R&W Ceramide Plus Serum, and this is my recommendation for combination skin, dry leaning skin, and those who have well aging concerns. So key ingredients here include 5 different types of ceramides. We have cholesterol, fatty acids, as well as some niacinamide to help strengthen up the barrier. We have avocado oil and squalane that bring a nice rich moisture into the texture here. And there's quite a few different peptides in this formula too. So we have acetylhexapeptide 8, which is known as a Botox peptide. It doesn't stimulate collagen, but it does give a nice temporary effect on the skin. It works actually pretty fast to give skin a little bit more of a firm and lifted effect. It can also help with the appearance of expression lines on the face. We have copper tripeptide 1. That is a collagen stimulating peptide. It's probably one of the best known peptides for well aging. It's really great for wound healing as well, and just overall skin rejuvenation. We also have hexapeptide 9 that addresses wrinkles, as well as nonapeptide 1, which helps with brightening. Palmitoyl pentapeptide 4 is matrixyl, and that's a collagen stimulating ingredient. And then we also do have the 2 peptides that make up matrixyl 3000, which are a really well-known collagen stimulating well aging peptide duo. And then tripeptide 1 is a collagen stimulating peptide, but it's also a peptide that acts as a carrier peptide peptide for copper tripeptide. So it works in synergy with copper tripeptide and helps deliver that ingredient a little bit more efficiently into the skin. So we have another gel-based texture here. It's kind of like a cream gel look, right? But I have ordered all of these products from like the lightest amount of moisture all the way up to the most moisturizing, and that does translate into texture thicknesses as well. So while we still have another gel type of texture, I really do feel like this is more of a medium weight serum, where everything else was a little bit more light with moisture. This is giving us a little bit more of a medium feel, and I think that that's really great if you are suffering with a little bit more dryness. You don't have to have a classically dry skin type to use this. I do recommend it for a combination or dry leaning skin because it just kind of gets in there and really helps to soothe and comfort the areas that feel dry without being really greasy or creamy or overwhelming. This gel hybrid texture is really fascinating because it really protects the skin. It really comforts and soothes it, but it just doesn't have that like butteriness to it that can feel greasy or overwhelming for certain skin types, or may not play well if you like to use multiple layers. So I did want to kind of like lay that out here, that this is, well, the first three products had their differences. They kind of fit in one category. This one and then the next serum that I'm going to talk about kind of fit into a different category. We're really working up in the nourishment here. If you've watched my channel for a few years, you know I'm always talking about this. I'm always recommending it, especially in the context of barrier care. But what makes this unique from your run-of-the-mill ceramide cholesterol fatty acid based serum is that it's multi-purpose. You know, when we went through all the ingredients, you saw that there's barrier care, but there's also well aging. There's the peptides in here too. It's not just about strengthening the skin, it's about also improving the skin as well. A nice moisturizing gel-based texture, a little bit different, but I think something that's very soothing and appropriate for cold weather. Next up, First Aid Beauty Bounce Boosting Serum. This is my recommendation for dry skin. I think if you're dry leaning, like if you're a combination, but you feel a little dry in cold weather, you'll also like this. And this is another one that's great for well aging concerns. So I want to talk about the ingredients, but this is going to be a little bit different than the other products because I want to start off by telling you that the marketing around this product is all hype, and I don't want you to listen to it at all because it's wrong. So this product claims to use collagen and peptides to achieve well aging, right? For that bouncy, firm skin. So first and foremost, it does claim peptides, plural. I actually was only able to locate one peptide on the ingredients list, and this peptide is pentapeptide 34 trifluoroacetate. And so this peptide is interesting. It's kind of more of a novel, newer peptide. There's not as much data behind it, so take this with a grain of salt because it comes from the manufacturer. So of course they're going to say it's the most amazing ingredient out there, right? But they say that this peptide can actually boost skin's natural Q10 levels. There's a natural antioxidant found in the skin that also helps to address fine lines and wrinkles, helps to protect the skin. It helps give a more youthful appearance to the skin. So that's the peptide, you know, singular, that they're using. So that's one thing where I said, like, don't listen to the marketing. Peptides, the peptide, you know, content in here, interesting and novel. I'm not that concerned about it, right? So let's look a little bit deeper into the ingredients list. They're using collagen. Nay. For fine lines, nay. For moisturization and hydration, as we talked about before with mushroom, yeah, we like that. That's good. So don't shy away from the ingredient, especially if you're looking for more moisture in your routine, but don't fall for the marketing claims that it's going to help with fine lines and wrinkles. It's really not going to. And then finally, I think all the well-aging work, the heavy lifting, is being done by bakuchiol. You're probably familiar with this ingredient. It's been pretty popular for the last couple of years as a phytoretinol or a plant-based retinol. It has nothing to do with vitamin A whatsoever. It's not a retinoid, but it has some similar properties. It's a collagen stimulating ingredient. We already talked about communicating to our body to produce collagen. Bakuchiol does that. It's also really helpful for those who struggle with acne. It can help to brighten up the skin, address hyperpigmentation. It does a lot for the skin, and that is why it's often compared to retinol, but it's actually a lot more gentle. It just doesn't have that aggressive drying factor that retinoids can have on the skin. So it's a real goodie to find in the ingredients list. It's not the peptides, it's not the collagen that's doing the work, it's the bakuchiol that's doing the work in this formula. So while I hate the marketing claims and the naming and everything that they're doing to sell you this product, the actual list is really, really solid. The ingredients that they're using actually make for a really nice moisturizing serum that also brings well-aging benefits to the skin. Now, this texture is very different than everything else in the video. It's a true creamy, dreamy type of texture. Everything else has been kind of gel-based, right? And we're getting that first true creamy texture here. And hey, by the way, reminder, if you're looking for more creamy, dreamy types of textures with your serums, check out that other serum video that I talked about. It's all about that texture, creamy, dreamy, emulsion-like, and moisturizing. Perfect for winter. Definitely check it out. But let's talk about this one from First Aid Beauty. It's almost like a lotion-like texture. It's really interesting, this cream. It's not stiff. It's not thick. It's not even particularly rich and buttery, but it does have this comforting moisture to it. It actually doesn't have an oil-like feel like some of the gel textures that we talked about earlier. It just has that really moisturizing emollient, but just not super duper rich feel. And it spreads across the skin like a very thin lotion. But while being really light on the skin, this is really interesting. I still feel like it goes into every little dry crevice on your face and just fills it with moisture. It just doesn't fill your skin with weight and thickness and heaviness. You know what I mean? Like it just gets into every little dry area, comforts and soothes it, and just gives it a really beautiful light little hug of moisture. But it's not greasy. It's not like, ugh. You know, sometimes some skincare just like gets so thick on your skin and you can just like wipe it off with your finger and it's just so greasy. There's a true elegance to the way that this texture has been formulated that I really admire. And I can't say that like every creamy, dreamy serum has that kind of magic to it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to like this, and when I started using it, I was like, gosh, this just feels so good though. And as you explore deeper into the list, you find, like, forget the marketing. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the ingredients. The ingredients are good. The ingredients are solid. The ingredients are backed up by data. There's some really good stuff in here. Bakuchiol is an amazing ingredient for well aging, and it's really nice and gentle too. So even if you're suffering with some sensitivity during the cold weather and you need that moisturization, you can still get some of those well aging benefits without the aggression of your retinoids, right? So this is a really nice, sensitive, safe type of serum in my opinion. But that texture, that elegance, that moisturization, it's truly a delight. So let me know your favorite moisturizing serums in the comments below. And if this video helped you out, maybe you found a new serum for this new season, I would be so honored if you would come join our community. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I do post a lot throughout the week here on YouTube. I'm very active with long form videos. I do shorts. I have a video podcast. Sometimes I go live. You never know. But as I said, I'm very active. So turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here with me today. I love you so, so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.